If you're struggling with man coverage in Madden 26, I strongly suggest you check out the running gun playbook and the gun empty tray. It has the glitchiest routes. As you see, we get a one-play touchdown against cover zero. It doesn't matter if it's cover zero. It doesn't matter if it's press man. Nothing matters. No man coverage can survive on this field versus this scheme. In this video, I will go into a breakdown of my favorite routes against my favorite types of man coverage that I face. As we see, right, the first two clips was cover zero. This is cover two man. This route right here is my favorite route in the entire game. I get so many one-play touchdowns off of it. There's also crazy ways to change or route swap in man coverage. As you see, again, we hit this route this time with the lower rate speed receiver, so he gets hawked. But like right here, as I was mentioning, the man switches. I can, if somebody's trying to use the safety that's guarding the tight end, I can switch him off into, as you see right here, I mess with him a little bit, and I get him matched up on the running back, and he didn't realized it too late. Right there, all you want to do is just keep motioning your tight end until you get the route concept on. Here, you guys see a close game up 7. I needed a play. He's in press man. I go to my trusted press man beater. Here, last play I have, I'm already up, but I just want some more. I'm a little greedy. I want another touchdown. As you see, we have the one-play touchdowns. We have the man beaters for everything. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, like, comment, and subscribe. Today, what I got for you guys is how I beat man coverage from my gun empty tray scheme out of the running gun playbook. And I do want to put a quick disclaimer here that because somebody commented on one of my last videos saying, compared me to another YouTuber named Steve. And I just want to say I love Steve videos. He is a great content creator. However, I have never stolen anything from him. I've been in the running gun playbook since I've been into MUT. It's the first playbook I got into. I love the gun doubles out of running gun. And it was really a nice off-meta playbook. But I just wanted to get out of the way that everything I do comes from my own brain, from me labbing myself. But without further ado, I'll just show you my audibles real quick, and then I'll come out in a play that's not in my audibles, which is stick. And I'll come out with it flipped because I am on the right hash. Have been in practice mode a little bit, labbing up some defense. But without further ado, I'll come out in stick, and I'll come out start with mid blitz. So in this video, I will be going over cover two man, press man, mid blitz, cover zero, whichever man coverage that you will face. And so I wanted to start off with stick because it's not in my audibles, but it is a pretty solid for play to start with, to recognize what kind of man coverage is your opponent playing, right? So if they're in mid blitz, right, they're usually, I'll say usually because it's not always the case, using one of these guys, one of the linebackers, right? And you want to kind of see if they're going to give any tells of which one they're using. And the reason for that is if they're using this left guy, you can just hot him, right, knowing he won't rush. And if he does rush, means he's user rushing, he'll come free, guaranteed. But you want to have two quick hitters on the field at the same time that you can punish him for user rushing. So stick is a really solid play because this slanted tootin is really good, and then this out or stick route to Kyle Pitts is really, really good. So boom, he blitzes, and that route, it cuts really fast, and you can sometimes break that for a big gain or a touchdown, right? And so I'll show you guys this again, and I'll hit Kyle Pitts. And right there, it didn't look as good because he did bump into the edge rusher, but just in general, you're still able to complete it because it is an out route against off coverage, so a safety coming downhill, But that's one thing. Now, if they're in press, I do want to focus on press really fast because a lot of people in mid blitz will press. The play Y corner right here, and then the play tight end slot cross. These are really good plays. So if I see somebody in press, this is my go-to. And the reason for that is you want to take this route to Xavier Worthy on the right, the post route, and stem him all the way down. So that's triangle, circle, hold your L1 button, and then just pull your left stick down. So it should look like this. And off the snap, sometimes he'll get like that speed boost right there, and that was a yellow, which is insane. But you'll be able to throw that really fast for a lot of one-play touchdowns. You'll probably see clips in the beginning of this. This is the route right here. As you see, it gets like a really quick release off the press, and the guy just can't press him. And this is usually a one-play touchdown. I'll see if it happens again, because I will say it's not 100% consistent, but it has a pretty high clip. So boom, and as you see, it happens again. And if we get a nice pass, one-play touchdown. And I've scored so many touchdowns using this. And the thing I love about this formation is that it has one on both sides. So you can go to the left. I like to go to the left because Worthy is my fastest player. But here I have Devontae Smith on it. I'll stem him all the way down. And then it's really good against presses. Not as good against off man, but you can win against off man. And right there, which is unfortunate, we actually get pressured. This doesn't happen that much because of how fast you can win off the line with this route. So I'll just run that again. Boom. And right there, as you see, I just threw it blindly. And that's what you don't want to do, because you can see it won't always win 100%. And that corner is in he is in X Factor, so that may have something to do with it. But this route is still really good. So I'll try to get it one more time. And one thing you can do if you don't want to get pressure, you can just block your tight end. And then if you want to block your tight end, sometimes I'll recommend sliding away from or half sliding, but I'm not going to here. And let's just see right there. Yeah, I think what it is the corner is in X Factor, so he's not going to win the press, unfortunately. But I will say in game, I've thrown it out of both of these plays, and they're fairly consistent man beaters for one-play touchdowns. I'm gonna come back to that play when I go into cover two man. But also another thing you can do is out of this formation is this route to goes wide shake. So the tight end is to me the best man beater in the game. Now, if you are running this route, you're sending five out. I'll show you guys a way that you can run it without sending five out. But if I am, I'll throw two comeback routes on the field. And usually I'll know which one of these linebackers is the user. So I'll just hot him like that. And if he rushes, he'll come get me, but I'm able to get that ball off fast. And this route is super consistent at beating man. Like I can throw this route blindly. Like the other route, you kind of want to just read the release really fast if you're really good and get the hang of it. With this route, I'll throw this blindly because I know it's 100% beater if they blitz these linebackers. Boom, throw it off the break. You can get easy yards. Now, another thing that you can do is put two in, which is his backside, on a short cross, and to do that is triangle R1, and then inside for short cross, and motion him in, right? And then what I like to do, this is really good against off, is put the outside receiver in a post, because this route to Tootin, as you guys can see how fast he comes in. For some reason, he's running into, how fast he gets to his break, but for some reason they're blocking. Okay, I'll hop this guy because Tootin's kind of running into him. But that throw right there, you'll be able to throw a lot, and you can get it really consistent yardage. Just something really quick, and sometimes you can break a tackle, turn up the field, and score a touchdown. Another thing with motion into and in is on the play goes wide shake, you can motion in, it shows, and then you can block them. So that this way you have what I just call the best man beating route, and then I'll throw a comeback route out there. I'll probably throw two comeback routes, and I'll keep a seam just in case they shade underneath, and I'll throw, if they shade underneath, I'll go up top. But with this way, you're guaranteeing that you're going to block the blitz because you have 6 players in blocking. And then it is a running back, so you're not going to get all the time in the world, but you should have enough time to throw this. And if the user's on it, you have enough time to throw one of your comeback routes, and I'll show you guys that. Boom. Two. Not even throw it on the guy that has X Factor. So you'll have enough time to throw those routes because you're essentially running routes on air. That's what I call it against cover zero because of how good the protection is out of an empty, which is something that you don't get with every empty. Also to play strong flood, this is really good against man. This out route to Golden, he's not even a really good route runner. If I'm running this, I'll usually block my tight end because I pretty much like every other route. I always like to keep a fade just in case somebody does want to shade underneath out of mid blitz, and um, that gives me a chance to throw as I throw a red. That gives me the chance to get a one play touchdown because backed off, shaded underneath, man, is just going to give up touchdowns. You're asking to give up touchdowns, right? But as you guys can see, that route did win. I don't know why Baker's throwing such terrible passes. He doesn't do this in game for me, which is crazy. But you guys can see that this out route is really good. And if they press, usually I'll take Smitty and I'll put him on either a drag or like a return or just the in route, something breaking over the middle to really isolate this out route once he get off the press because of how consistent I do throw that as he gets pressed so bad that he runs into two in the route. So if you're going to run, this out route, you want to hit this out route. Sometimes maybe just, you can motion two and then like this. And maybe you want to put him on a zig. Something, just something to kind of get out the way. Maybe even a will route, get out the way, isolate the out route, and you can break this for easy yardage, especially if you have a better receiver than Golden, because he doesn't really have the greatest at route running. Next thing that I will get into is cover two man. So again, I'll come out and this time I'll come out and stick and nod because I do like this against cover two man more than other plays, and I'll come out and just a dime cover two man. And here's one thing that makes cover two man my favorite defense to go against is I'll audible back to Y corner. The route to circle is pretty much, I'm not gonna say guaranteed, but it has a really good clip of getting open. And even if it does, sometimes it is a pick route. If you put two in or your running back on a streak, and then you want to put Golden, the route come out like this, put the Golden on a short cross and run it just like this. And hopefully I don't get sheds. Golden wins. Usually one of those will win. I'm right there. Worthy did not win, which is fine. It's Madden. It's not gonna be 100% consistent. Boom. But I'll get into what I really like versus cover two man. You guys can probably see it, and right there you see what I mean with the pick. And I mean he won off the line, but the pick is also really good. But if you want to guarantee to have a touchdown, is I want you guys to see the alignment of the guy that's lined up over two, right? So here, if I press, right, he can't press him. So Tune is going to have a free release. Thing is, I will say though, is if you run this, right, and you see Tune does win over top and you can make that throw. But if you want to just be a little safer, what I recommend doing is come on the same play. So look, they're in press. I can't, it's not possible for them to press him unless they manually press. Is I motion him in, and usually I'll put Golden on a return like this, so I'll run it like this. And the reason for that, as they just man swap, but sometimes it will man swap like that. But another reason is it bends into the seam just a little faster. So right here is not going to work as good because there are man swapping, and when they man swap, for some reason he just plays it better. But as you see, this route still cooks, and then I'll have either return route or comeback route. So my first read is Tuin. If he's not there, I go to my trusty shake route, and then I'll either have a return route, and then if I want, I'll put square on a comeback, which is still good against press man because press man is naturally inside shade. But boom, and still make that throw all day, every day. And we still have Y corner, this play right here that I ran with this concept, with this rumble right here. Usually they're in a three-man rush with this scramble. You can throw it away, and sometimes the corner to Cal Pitts, I don't think he got open here, but sometimes it does. This could be throwable, and Tootin does burn this man. Actually, the post was open. I just missed the read, but and Loki, you can definitely throw Golden as well. Be better than me, guys. Don't just back up into nothing waiting for something to break. But yeah, those are two really good ways to beat man. Another thing that I do like is these out routes. Now, Tootin isn't a rogue out route runner, but yeah, right here, it's definitely throwable. But you can also throw that stick and nod route to Cal Pitts, as I just got absolutely screamed at. What other routes do I love? Strong flood. I still love the out route. And I'll probably run like more of like a mesh concept if I'm running this. And I'll throw my one of my crossers right there. Doesn't get open is what it is. But cover two, man, you just gotta be patient because sometimes you'll win, you know, off the press, off the line. Sometimes you won't. But I really do love these stem down post routes as my go-to beaters, and I'll run it on this side. And on the wide side, I like to throw a slot fade. So I'll run something like this, like a little mesh. And as you see, the mesh wasn't the best, but you know, somebody gets over. But yeah, with cover two, man, just be patient. That's the best thing I can say. Is be patient. I'll show you guys a comeback route real quick. And also notice, you know, if your opponent is, you know, shading his coverage outside, shading inside. As you guys can see, these are just really solid universal concepts to beat press underneath man coverage. So those are the primary two ways that you can beat man. Now, I will say for those that stayed at the end, I do have something special for you guys. Um, and this is specifically against mid blitz or any cover zero. If they're in cover zero, I guys want you to notice what happens if you take your tight end, right, and say that they're using the guy that's supposed to guard the tight end. If you motion him to the right, the safety's man swap. So now the guy guarding the tight end is the opposite safety. So if they switch, you know, you can just play with them, and I'll have a clip in the game in me running this in game, excuse me, where I'm just motioning my tight end and motioning back just to get man swaps, just to try to get an advantage. And one thing that I would do is I would put Tootin on a streak, right, knowing that he'll man swap when I motion. So when I motion like this, and if they're, you know, I catch them off guard, and I'll show you guys what I mean in the beginning of this video. And you'll just be, you know, quick snap, one play touchdowns. I promise you. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I can't really run it here because there's no user, but these in routes are really good against man as I get screamed at. But yeah, if you guys need a specific defense that you can't beat, let me know in the comments. We can't block, let me know in the comments. Another thing you can do, I don't know if I mentioned it, is motion to and in and block him. So now you can, you know, throw it to your tight end and you'll be able to pick up the protection. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'm out.